Hare Krishna, welcome to all the devotees in today's session of the Secrets of Bhagavad-Gita. Today we are going to discuss Bhagavad-Gita chapter number 2, text number 30. We will see if it is possible, we will cover text number 31 also. Let us start. Uh, text 30. देहे नित्यम अवध्योयम देहे सर्वस्य भारत तस्मात् सर्वाणि भूतानि न त्वं शोचितुम् अर्हसि. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. Translation: O descendant of Bharata, he who dwells in the body can never be slain. Therefore, you need not grieve for any living being. Purport: the Lord now concludes the chapter of instructions on the immutable spirit soul. And what is that conclusion? We will see. In describing the immortal soul in various ways, Lord Krishna establishes that the soul is immortal and the body is temporary. Therefore, Arjuna as a Kshatriya should not abandon his duty out of fear that his grandfather and teacher Bhishma and Drona will die in the battle. Because that's how Kshatriya Dharma is. In Kshatriya Dharma, uh, one must face the situations where he has to kill his enemies, no matter who that enemy is. It can be his relative or even his friends. So, considering that Kshatriya is not supposed to shy away from fighting when it is meant for protecting dharma. So, Arjuna has no reason to not fight as per his own Kshatriya dharma. And because soul can never die, so anyway, there is no point in lamenting for uh, material bodies because anyway material bodies are going to die at some moment in life. On the authority of Shri Krishna, one has to believe that there is a soul different from the material body, not that there is no such thing as soul, or that living symptoms develop at a certain stage of material maturity resulting from the interaction of chemicals. So here, Srila Prabhupada wants his readers to accept the authoritative statements of Lord Shri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Um, Lord Shri Krishna, his words are as good as Vedas or Apaurusheya or not born of any human errors. So Lord Shri Krishna has explained the science of soul, which has already expanded in uh, scriptures, Vedic scriptures. So he is repeating the same instruction here for Arjuna's benefit that soul is eternal, it can never die, it cannot be burned. So, in essence, it cannot be harmed by any means. So, Arjuna, even if he thinks that by killing his relatives, uh, he will be killing his bodies, that is accepted that the bodies of Arjun's relatives will be destroyed by such killing. However, regarding uh, the souls of Arjun's relatives, they cannot be killed by any means. So, uh, Arjuna has no reason to lament for uh, the destination of his relatives' souls. So, and there is also another reason because it is mentioned in the Smriti Shastras that uh, a Kshatriya who dies in a battle while facing his enemies attains Swarga. So, considering that Arjuna should have known this, that his so-called enemies, Bhishma and Drona, even if they die, on the battlefield, they are going to achieve heavenly planets or higher planets. So actually, he will be helping them. He will be helping his teacher and his grandfather by giving them new bodies. So there is actually no point for any lamentation here. However, we see that Arjuna, because he has deep emotions and highest regard for Dronacharya and Bhishmadev, he is not able to accept this truth. It's not that Arjuna did not know this truth, but somehow that he is not able to face it. And this can be our situation as well. Many times we see that we do know the truth, but somehow we cannot face it. So here comes our test or examination. So if we are cultivating knowledge, the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, knowledge given in Vedic scriptures, every moment of our life, then it is possible that we may live by it and accept the truth or face the truth. Otherwise, just by repeating truth like a parrot, it is not going to help us. So that's a reality, because in order to live by truth, we have to imbibe it. Uh, it's not just a matter of speaking it, and that's why we have a process called sadhana. So in yoga, any yoga, there is a sadhana. There is a sadhana or process to achieve our desired goal. So the knowledge of the goal of any knowledge is to attain uh, union with God or to take shelter of God. Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam braja. So we have to uh, give our whole existence, give our identity to God. Uh, what that means, that we have to accept our selves as the humble servants of God, and only in that reality uh, we are supposed to continue our existence. So long we are not accepting this reality as servants of God, we tend to think our identity as something different from God, or we may accept some so-called designations based on social conventions. But that's these are all temporary designations. It's not our eternal reality. And by cultivation of knowledge, by cultivating the process of sadhana, any yoga sadhana, particularly bhakti yoga, we come to understand that we are servants of God, servants of Lord Shri Krishna. Uh, he is the shelter of all living beings, and we are his parts and parcels. So, in quality, we are uh, same, uh, same as the nature of Lord Shri Krishna. However, uh, we are dependent on God. So Lord Shri Krishna is our shelter and we are sheltered. So we are sheltered by Lord Shri Krishna. So there is a natural relationship of uh, shelter and sheltered between Lord Shri Krishna and us. So that is the process of sadhana, and that's our ultimate destination. So in order to achieve this state of realizing ourselves as humble servants of Lord Shri Krishna, we have to cultivate this knowledge every second of our life, every moment of our life. And if we fail to do that, then we may be speaking truth, but we may not be living by truth. So that's the difference between speaking the truth and living by the truth. So here Arjuna uh, does know the truth, but is not able to face it. And we can also have this situation in our life where we are not able to face the truth, though we may know it. So knowing the truth is not enough, though that's also very um, rare that uh, out of thousands of living beings, only few souls inquire about the absolute truth, inquire about the purpose of life. That is also very rare. However, uh, uh, to actually know the truth, yatatam abhisiddhanam kaschin maam vetti tattvatah. So, to actually be able to know the truth is uh, also rare. So, and that is why we are discussing this practical aspects of bhakti yoga, that we have to continuously, not just 1 hour in the morning or 1 hour in the evening, but continuously we have to act on the platform of knowledge. Okay. Though the soul is immortal, violence is not encouraged. But at the same time, but at the time of war, it is not discouraged when there is actual need for it. That need must be justified in terms of the sanction of the Lord and not capriciously. Now, soul is immortal does not give us any license to kill anyone or even kill our enemies for no reasons, because uh, everyone is in the process of learning, because that's the nature of this material world. We are all born in ignorance, and uh, either through ignorance or through knowledge, we are learning something. So, and those who do not uh, get things right, they may need some more bitter experiences to be able to connect themselves with truth or with knowledge. So, even our so-called enemies, they are also learning, and uh, but that does not mean that we have all rights to subdue them or kill them unnecessarily. So here, such indiscriminate violence is not allowed. Uh, so Bhagavad Gita never encourages violence unnecessarily. So that is the point. And as Prabhupada writes here, but at the time of war, it is not discouraged when there is actual need for it. So whenever there is actual need for violence, we call it sadhu hinsa or proper violence, then it must be executed. So otherwise, uh, dharma will not be protected in society. And there are such adharmic elements or irreligious elements in society, or any society generally, who try to disturb these values, the dharmic values, and that is why uh, we may try to convince people by peaceful dialogues. However, when such peaceful dialogues do not work, then will be we will have to take up arms. We will have to use violence to protect dharma. This is simply unavoidable. However, that need must be justified in terms of the sanction of the Lord and not capriciously. So, this act of violence should be justified through the authority of God. So, when we come to this conclusion that now war is unavoidable. So this conclusion should be based on the direction of scriptures or words of God. It should not be just you know it should not be whimsical. We can't just declare war because we like it. So that cannot be justified. Uh, in Shastras, there are various directions as to when to declare war or when not to declare war or when to uh, have tie with our enemies. So, a detailed guidance has been given in our Vedic scriptures. It's not that war is the first step to solve anything. In fact, that is the last step uh, to resolve any issue. So we have dharma, samadama, bheda, and danda. There are four strategies for resolving any issue. The first thing is sama. Sama means to convince the other party. Uh, dam, samadan. Dana means to give gifts. By means of giving gifts, we make friendship with our enemies or the other party. And Bheda means to uh, create differences of opinions in the other party or to get people of other party to our side. That is called Bheda. And Danda means to declare war or to uh, punish our enemies. So Danda is the last step. That is not the first step. So those who do not know the basic uh, structure of uh, Vedic wisdom, they out of ignorance conclude that Bhagavad-Gita encourages violence or war, but actually that is not the fact. We do not encourage war. In fact, those who have read Mahabharata, they can understand that uh, so much endeavor has been given uh, to stop Mahabharata war. Even Lord Shri Krishna, the emblem of peace, personally goes to Hastinapur with a peaceful proposal that Pandavas need only 5 villages, not more than that. But when that was also rejected by Duryodhana, then war was unavoidable. So that was the situation. So in Vedic culture, we believe in non-violence, ahimsa, paramo dharma, and that is that is the motto of our Vedic society. That let live and let live and let live. So we believe in coexistence, and that coexistence is not in terms of uh, just human beings, but coexistence in terms of universe, and that includes everything: birds, animals, reptiles, trees, nature, devas, natural elements, everything. So, in order to have this coexistence, we must have uh, knowledge of Vedic scriptures, and only through this Vedic knowledge we can establish such coexistence among uh, with the universe. We can say so. Only an ignorant person can conclude that Bhagavad Gita or any Vedic scripture encourages violence. That is not the point. Even the so-called violence seen in Vedic sacrifices, that is also not meant for uh, encouraging animal sacrifices or encouraging animal slaughter, because uh, anything done for a higher purpose gets rewarded by higher authorities. And here, in the context of Vedic sacrifices, any animals who get sacrificed for the higher purpose of benefiting others or pleasing demigods, because uh, for performing sacrifices, uh, qualified purohitas or qualified priests are required. So, in order to test the potency of mantra of those priests, these animals uh, are sacrificed, and these priests who are going to perform the sacrifices, they are supposed to give them new life. Uh, Either they give new life to these animals who just got sacrificed, or else the animals who get sacrificed, they attain heavenly planets on the authority of Vedic scriptures, because they may not sacrifice for anyone's tongue's taste. They were sacrificed for a higher cause. So that spirit of sacrifice is everywhere in Vedic scriptures, and in fact in all dharmas we perform, whether it is Sri dharma or Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra dharma, or any ashram dharma, Brahmachari, Grahastha, Vanaprastha, or Yati dharma. So, and because these instructions are coming from God Himself, these are not anyone's imagination that I think we should have sacrifices of animals or something like that. In fact, even animal sacrifices are also not encouraged on wide scale. So, as far as possible, we can avoid those animal sacrifices, though the purpose is uh, for the betterment of society. Uh, but those people who are not able to uh, stay away from meat eating, so they may conduct such sacrifices, and they may partake the remnants of the sacrifices. So that is something secondary. That is not the primary purpose of Vedic sacrifices. So we should not conclude that okay, that means just because our taste animals get sacrificed. That is not the point. The animals get sacrificed primarily for the higher purpose, and they get rewarded for that. So either through the um power of mantra of priest, uh, the sacrificed animals get new body, new birth, or they get elevated to other higher species of life. And uh, those brahmanas who do these sacrifices, they also uh, attain heaven, because the whole purpose is divine. The purpose is not to eat some animal meat. So that is not the purpose. But as a part of that sacrifice, those who cannot uh, have control over tongue, then they may take part of the remnants of that animal sacrifice. They may take some meat offered in that sacrifice. But um, opening slaughterhouses on a large scale is not allowed. So nowadays, we are talking so much about mercy, compassion, and this and that, but or loving pets and all these things. But actually, we are maintaining slaughterhouses, and lakhs and lakhs of animals get killed every day just for our tongue's taste. So, in a Vedic society, it is recognized that some people, uh, though it is not encouraged, but still some people could not come to the state of ahimsa overnight. So, to help them come out of this bad propensity, they are supposed to dovetail their propensity in performing sacrifices. So they are supposed to do some good thing in for society. And then as a secondary part of that activity, they may partake some meat which was offered in that sacrifice. So that was the purpose of all these sacrifices. And if possible, uh, or if, as far as possible, we can avoid even those sacrifices. So that is also there. Okay, I will stop here. If there any question, we can take, or else we can conclude here. Vivek Pro, any question? Okay, I think no, there is no.
No, Brady.
Okay, we'll stop here. वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. श्रीमद् भगवद गीता यज्ञ की जय. श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. Hare Krishna. Thank you all for joining the class.